Thank you so much for joining me today for our stress management practice. We've been working on the pranamaya kosha, or the energy body, in our exploration in this 10-week summer series. And last week we talked about the root energy center, or the root chakra. And this week we are talking about the sacral chakra, or the pelvic chakra. And this is our second chakra in the energy body. So for today, I'm going to be demonstrating this stress management practice from a chair. That doesn't mean that you can't lie down on the mat if that is more appropriate for you, or if it just feels better today. So go ahead and take a moment just to get yourself comfortable, whether you're seated or lying on a mat or even lying on the bed. And let's take a moment to close the eyes and center. So as you're breathing, let's begin by just feeling this physical body. That annamaya kosha, or the physical layer of the body. And just gently press your feet down into the floor. Or if you're lying on your back, you can bend your knees and press your feet down into the floor. Take a moment to feel your sit bones in the chair. Or if you're lying on your back, feel the back of the pelvis. So these are our roots, the sit bones through the legs, through the feet. That's that root chakra that we worked on last week. So just take a few breaths and feel yourself rooting down, connecting to the earth. Now, from here, let your awareness come up to the pelvis. So the pelvis is the location of our sacral chakra, of the energy center we're going to be working with today. It includes the pelvic bowl, the pelvic floor, and all of the organs of the pelvis. The element is water, so we're going to be very fluid in our movements today. Take a moment to place your hands on your thighs, or if you're working on the ground, you can lie on your back and place your hands on the ground and just begin to move the pelvis. So curl the tailbone under and sort of round the lower back a little bit, and then tilt the pelvis back and lift up through the heart. So you'll feel this very gentle rocking of the pelvis. And take a couple more of these very gentle rocks. And then eventually find your way to center. So the pelvis is in kind of a neutral position, and you're balanced on your two sit bones. Now from there, begin to feel the roots of the feet and the legs, the neutral pelvis, and lengthen up through the spine. Reach through the crown of the head. Feel yourself breathing into the belly, into the rib cage, into the chest. Now from here, we're going to start to roll the shoulders back just a little bit so the shoulders come onto the back as the chest rises. Take a moment to soften through the jaw, through the cheeks, through the temples, and in the forehead. As you inhale, see if you can get a little longer through the neck, through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let your chin gently drop toward your chest. Feel the back of the neck very softly opening. Let the shoulders be heavy as you relax the tension from the neck and the shoulders. Now, on your next in-breath, bring the head back to center. And as you exhale, let your right ear drift toward your right shoulder. Feel the left side of the neck gently open as you breathe. On an inhale, make your way back to center. And as you exhale, let your left ear drift toward your left shoulder. Feel the right side of the neck gently open as the breath moves. Find your way back to center on an inhale, and as you exhale, just relax the jaw and the shoulders a little bit more. Now, on your next inhale, gently shrug the shoulders toward the ears. Let yourself sigh out through the mouth as you exhale and relax the shoulders. Let's take another shrug on your inhale, and this time squeeze the shoulders forward a little bit. And then exhale through the mouth and relax. Inhale as you shrug one more time. This time squeeze the shoulders back behind you. Let yourself exhale through the mouth as you relax the shoulders. Now from here, we'll begin to make circles. So as you inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up. And as you exhale, take the shoulders back and relax. Do this 2 more times at your own breath pace. Inhaling forward and up, exhaling back to relax. Working the tension out of the shoulders. Now, when you feel ready, change direction of the circles. Let the inhale take the shoulders back and up, and the exhale roll the shoulders forward and relax. Take this movement 2 more times at your own breath pace. When you feel even in both directions, let yourself rest with the shoulders relaxed, softening all the features of your face. Now guide the awareness down to the hands. Gently move the hands into position so the wrists can move easily. You can place your hands at the base of the knees. You can lift the hands to hover out of the lap or reach the arms straight out in front of you. As you inhale, flex the wrists, drawing the fingers back so the palms press forward. As you exhale, slowly relax the hands. Do this a couple more times at your own breath pace. Inhaling to flex and exhaling to relax. When you're ready, begin to take circles. Slowly move the wrists 2 or 3 times in each direction. Wiggle the fingers. Squeeze and stretch the hands. Give the hands a little shake and let your hands come back to rest in your lap. From here, move the awareness to the sit bones. If you're seated, go ahead and wiggle forward in your chair just a little bit so there's some space behind you. If you're lying on your back, simply bend the knees with the feet flat on the ground. Take a deep breath to find some length in the spine. As you exhale, begin to bring the right knee in toward the body, any amount. So maybe you're just on your right tippy toes and the right knee lifts a little bit. Maybe you bring your hands behind the thigh and you squeeze the thigh into the body. Maybe you bring your hands to the shin and fold the leg in a bit more deeply. Take a moment to pause here with the breath, releasing the tension in the lower back and hip joint. These are parts of the body that are associated with the energy center we'll be working on today. Now, when you're ready, on an exhale, release the right foot back down to the ground. Take an inhale to find space and lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, bring your left knee in, taking it into both hands if you're doing the lift. Again, the option to go behind the thigh or the shin, or you can simply be on your left tiptoes. Whatever works best for you. Again, feel your sit bones level and let the hip and lower back gently open as you fold the leg into the body. On your next exhale, release the left leg, and then sit nice and tall. We're going to take a second round of knees to chest pose, and then we're going to move right into our twist. So as you inhale, once again, find that nice long spine. And as you exhale, bring the right knee in. If you'd like to cross the legs, you can take your right leg over your left leg. Coming into our twist now, we'll bring the left hand somewhere on that right leg and the right hand onto the chair or the floor. If you're working on the ground, you're going to drop your legs over to the left. If you're working in the chair, you're going to lengthen up through the spine and then exhale to turn the body to the right. Remember, we twist from the low belly all the way up to the crown of the head. Let yourself take a breath or two here. On an inhale, make your way back to center. If the legs are crossed, go ahead and unwind that right leg. Take the leg into the hands one more time, and then start to move your right ankle around in circles. Take 2 or 3 circles in each direction. And then point and flex the ankle. Wiggle the toes. And let the foot release back down to the ground. Take a moment to sit tall and just notice how you feel as you breathe, eyes gently closed. Maybe notice the right side of the body compared to the left. Now we'll move to our second side on our twist. So you have the option to cross the legs here. If you're crossing the legs, go ahead and bring the left leg into the body and cross it over the right. Again, if you're working on the mat, you're going to simply let your legs rotate over to the right. If you're working in the chair, your right hand will come to the left leg and your left hand will come to your chair. As you inhale, find that length through the spine, and as you exhale, turn the body to the left. Remember to twist first from the low belly, then the rib cage, then the chest, and finally the shoulders. Let yourself take a breath or two here, inviting that twist into the spine, massaging the internal organs of the pelvis and the abdominals, and creating mobility and release of tension in the spine. Now, when you feel ready, come back to center. If you have the left knee, go ahead and hug it back into the body, and then take a moment to move the left foot around in circles. So you're taking 2 or 3 circles in each direction. Wiggle the toes, point and flex the foot. And then relax that foot back down to the ground. Another moment here to feel the sit bones, lengthen up through the spine, close the eyes, and notice what you're feeling. Now, let's bring our awareness back to the sit bones. We're going to start to move in a fluid motion in the pelvis. So remember, this energy center of the sacrum is related to the water element. It is the pelvic bowl, and it entails the qualities of passion and creativity. So we're going to start by rocking from one sit bone to the other, right and left. If you're working on the floor, just rock the pelvis slowly left and right. Now start to add a little forward and back to this. So you'll rock over to the right, rock forward, rock over to the left, rock back. So if you're seated, you're just kind of rocking around in a circle. Now, if you're working on the mat, lying on your back, you might hug your knees into the body, hold on to your knees, and roll around in a circle with your lower back. So we're just trying to create some fluidity in this sacral chakra to begin to release any blocks that we might be having in our creativity, in our passion, in our senses. So now start to go the other direction with your circles. And you can even start to move the shoulders around a little bit more, so you're creating some fluidity in the spine. Take just a couple more breaths. Maybe go the other direction with those bigger circles if you're moving the shoulders and the head around. We're creating some energy flow along that Sushumna Nadi, that central channel of energy. So wherever you are, gradually make your way back to center. If you're sitting on the ground, just feel those feet root down. If you're lying on your back, feel your feet on the ground. And wherever you are, just get nice and tall through that spine. Take a couple of breaths here. Again, just feeling what's going on with your energy now. Now from here, we're going to work on a modified bridge pose. So if you're lying on your back, you can bend your knees and put your feet flat on the ground. You're going to roll your shoulders back. And as you inhale, press your feet into the ground. So if you're seated, you're pressing your feet down into the ground, rolling your shoulders back. Now, if you're working on the mat, you might decide to lift your pelvis up in the air. And then on the exhale, you can lower it back down. If you're working in the chair, you're simply pressing your feet into the ground, lifting the heart, rolling the shoulders back. That's your inhale. And then your exhale is just a softening. Well, let's do that a few more times. Inhale to press, feel the muscles around the buttocks and the lower belly engage, and then exhale just to relax. So we're firing up the muscles around the pelvis. Inhale, press the feet, feel the buttocks squeeze, the navel draw in, the shoulders press back. Exhale to soften. Let's do that one more time. Press, lift, roll back, feel that engagement around the pelvis. and then exhale to soften. Good. Now from here, we're going to fold the body. So if you're working in the chair, you're going to bring your hands together at heart center. As you inhale, reach your arms forward and up, any amount. Take a big breath. And then as you exhale, let your hands float down onto the legs. You can slide the hands to the knees as you fold the body forward. You can bring your forearms to your thighs, or you can even relax the arms alongside the body and relax the head down. If you're working on the floor, lengthen your legs out long. Take a big reach of the arms back over the head and a big inhale. And then as you exhale, hug both your knees into your body and extend your legs up toward the ceiling. So your forward bend is folding the legs into the body. Nice. Now from here, wherever you are, find that little rocking action again from side to side. Continuing to stimulate the sacrum, that sacral chakra, the lower back, the sit bones, the hips, the low back, the low belly. And then when you feel ready, come back to center. Draw the navel in and move back out of the pose. So if you're seated, you're just rising up to a seat. And if you're lying on the floor, bending the knees, bringing the feet flat to the floor. Now from here, we're going to do a little bit of work with the breath. So we're going to bring the hands down to the low belly. Below the belly button, kind of into the hip creases and the lower part of the pelvis. Then we lengthen up through the spine and just very slightly tuck the chin. Go ahead and close the eyes and just let your awareness come to your natural breath. So as you're breathing here, bring your awareness to any movement that might be happening underneath those hands. Notice any sensations in that pelvic bowl. We're going to start to increase our intention around the breath. So as you inhale, let that space underneath the hands get big and round in the low belly. And as you exhale, really pull the belly in to squeeze the breath out. So we're using the low belly and the movement of the diaphragm to bring the breath deeper down into the lower lobes of the lungs and to stimulate the sacral chakra. Now begin to imagine as you're breathing down into this low, deep space that you're breathing into your kidneys. You're breathing into your bladder, the organs of elimination, the colon, and the organs of creation, those reproductive organs. And that as you're breathing, we're breathing in more than just oxygen, we're breathing in life force. And let's imagine that the breath or this life force is orange. Orange is the color that's associated with the sacral energy center. So visualize that color orange swirling around the sacrum, the lower belly, the hips, the sit bones, the pelvic bowl, all of those organs of the pelvis. And just imagine that you're re-energizing, rejuvenating, restoring this pelvic bowl and all of its contents. Let yourself take just a few more of these intentional low belly sacral breaths. And as that orange color swirls around in the pelvic bowl, begin to imagine that you're stimulating your creativity, your passion, and your connection to all of your senses. Amplifying your sense of sight, of sound, of smell, of taste, and touch. Now, when you feel ready, let your hands release away from the belly. Let the breath return to a natural rhythm. And just notice how you feel. From here, we'll be moving into our progressive relaxation. So if you'd like to lie down, you can do that. You can put a pillow behind your head. You can put a pillow behind your knees, or do anything else that makes you comfortable lying down with the legs extended. If you're working in the chair, simply move your body back in that chair so that your body is supported by the back of the chair. Let your legs come out in front of you any amount with the heels resting on the ground. If you'd like to elevate your legs onto some other support, like a chair or an ottoman or a footstool, feel free to do that. Arms can rest comfortably in any position. So let yourself just feel supported by whatever is behind you and underneath you. Find your connection to the breath and the exhale. So when we inhale, we're creating expansion and space in the body. And when we exhale, that's the release, that's the letting go. So as you rest here, gently, softly close the eyes. And with every out-breath, just let yourself relax a little bit more into the support behind and underneath you. Feel the breath gently moving through the nose. And notice in your physical body, anywhere you're holding tension. As you inhale, feel the space that you create. And as you exhale, feel yourself relax a little bit more. So for our progressive relaxation today, we're going to use the color orange. We're going to move the color orange around the body and use the exhales to relax. So bring your awareness to the sole of your right foot. And as you're breathing, begin to imagine that your right foot and your right leg are filling with that prana and with that color orange. Take a deep breath, lighting up the right leg and the right foot with the color orange. And as you exhale, slowly relax the right foot and the right leg even more. And now bring your awareness to your left foot. As you're breathing, imagine the left foot and the left leg lighting up with the color orange. Now, as you exhale, see if you can relax your left foot and your left leg even more. And now bring your awareness to the palm of your right hand. As you inhale, imagine you're filling the right hand and the right arm with the color orange. Now as you exhale, see if you can relax a little bit more through the right hand and the right arm, really surrendering the weight of your arm to the surface beneath you. Now bring your awareness to the palm of the left hand. As you breathe in, imagine filling your left hand and your left arm with the color orange. As you exhale, see if you can relax more through the left hand and the left arm, letting the weight of the arm surrender to the support underneath you. Now bring your awareness to your pelvis. This is the seat of our sacral chakra, that energy center for creativity, passion, and sensuality. Imagine as you're breathing in the color orange lighting up the pelvic bowl. And as you exhale, let yourself relax all around the pelvis. Feel your pelvis sink into the support underneath you. Now, bring your awareness to the tailbone. As you breathe in, imagine your entire spine lighting up with the color orange from the tailbone all the way up to the base of the skull. As you exhale, feel your spine surrender to the support behind and beneath you as you relax the back body, vertebrae by vertebrae. Feel as you breathe in, your front body expand with breath, lighting up the color orange. And as you exhale, your back body relaxing more, sinking and settling into the support behind you. Bring the awareness to the throat and neck. As you inhale, feel the length in the neck lighting up with orange. As you exhale, soften your throat. Let your head relax onto the shoulders. And if you're lying on your back, let your head be cradled by the support underneath you. Move your awareness now to the features of your face. And as you inhale, imagine the features of your face lighting up with the color orange. As you exhale, soften a little bit more through the features of your face. Now, continue to breathe, letting the awareness move around the body, noticing any other spaces where you're still holding tension. And as you breathe, see if you can relax a little bit more. Let yourself soften even more through the toes, through the arches of the feet, through the heels and the ankles. Feel the weight of your legs relaxed and supported, softening through the joints of the knees and the hips. Relax a bit more through the fingers, through the palms of the hands and the wrists. Feel the arms supported, heavy, relaxed as you soften through the elbows and the shoulders. Feel the pelvis surrendering, supported, relaxing more through the muscles of the buttocks, lower belly, lower back. Invite a sense of ease into the organs of the pelvis, into the organs of the abdominals, into the lungs, and into the heart. Feel the spine continuing to relax, vertebrae by vertebrae. Let the shoulder blades relax. Soften the throat, relax the jaw, and soften the lips and the lids of the eyes. Imagine the brain resting heavy in the back of the skull, letting your entire physical body gently glow with the color of creativity and passion, orange. Let that same sense of ease drip into the sense organs, softening a little bit more through the tongue as it relaxes in the mouth, away from the upper palate. Letting the eyeballs rest heavy in their sockets. The inner ears soft and quiet. The nasal passages gently receiving and eliminating the breath. And softening the skin over the entire body. Let yourself rest here still and quiet for a few moments. A gentle orange glow emanating from your aura. Letting yourself connect to your creativity, to your passion, and to your senses. In this very still, very quiet space, notice what you feel against your skin. Notice what you hear. Notice what you smell and taste. And behind your eyelids, with the eyes closed, notice what you see. Now take a deep breath through the nose and a full exhale from the mouth. Do this 2 more times at your own breath pace, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Now gently move the tongue over the teeth. Then wiggle the jaw. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Gradually, if you're seated, find your way back to feet flat on the floor. Feel yourself sit up away from the back of the chair just a little bit more. Bring your hands together in front of the heart. And if you're lying on your back, simply lie with your knees bent, your feet flat, and the hands at the center of the chest. Take a moment to breathe, feeling the roots of your feet and your sit bones, the fluidity of your pelvis, and the rise through that central channel all the way up through the crown of the head. Taking one more moment here to ignite the creativity, the passion, and the senses as we breathe. Just noticing as you breathe that gentle movement of the belly. The light in me sees and honors that same light in each of you. That creativity, passion, and sensuality. Thank you so much for joining me today for this gentle practice. Namaste.